Good evening, everyone. A special Friday evening show of the Press Box. Brian Carson here with my co-host Kenny Varner. Kenny V, how's it going?
I'm going well, Brian. Going well. Got a chance to catch up with one of my former players today, Walter the Rocket Snyder. Good time. It was nice to. He was up from North Carolina.
Nice. I remember good old Walter. Never stopped running. Drove me
Nope.
crazy. He had too much energy.
Oh, he still does.
I am pleased, Kenny is too, to have with us tonight the two-time back-to-back District 6 Class AAA softball championship coach, Craig Weston of the Mifflin County Huskies. Craig, thank you for coming on tonight. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
First question is the obvious one. Stating the obvious, but how's it feel back-to-back District 6 championships, and what's that say about the program you're building there with the Huskies?
Well, it's obviously an accomplishment. The kids set goals, and we set goals as a team. That's one of the goals you set, and you need to get there first to proceed to the next goal. But yeah, it's quite an accomplishment. It says a lot about the girls, their work ethic, and the time and effort that they put into it.
Now, this was a pitcher's goal here for a while. It was 3-2 with State. Not much hitting involved. As far as total hits wise, did you expect that because you guys know each other so well?
Well, I tell the girls all the time, games like this, you can take the records, put them out the window because you just never know. I mean, obviously they had a really good pitcher, and we had, Maddie threw a good game, but both teams hit the ball well and hit it hard. But both teams played some good defense and behind their pitchers. So you really never know what to expect.
Would you say that this is probably one of your best games of the season?
Well, I'll say this. I mean, I think before the last two games here, we lost 4 games in a row by 1 run to, and you're talking Chambersburg, Cumberland Valley, pretty stiff competition. But it's nice. I'll tell you, it's nice to come out on the winning side of one. I'll definitely admit that. So.
Yeah, and it's that great rivalry we have with State College. Plus, you're both mid-pen playing mid-pen schedule, so it leaves both teams very well seasoned for this kind of a game. In your opinion, what do you think was the difference that swung it your way?
Well, I'll say, speaking for us, I mean, we were able to have some execution that maybe we didn't get in some of the other one-run games, getting a bunt down or moving a runner over, doing the little things that you teach and you preach to the team. We were able to do that. And, to me, that's what made the difference. And I mean, obviously, the pitching of Maddie Wolfgang, and we had some timely hits, Elena Sharp behind the dish catching, I mean, had an exceptional game. So it's a combination, but I would say the little thing in this game was, base running and being able to move some runners around, with small ball.
Sometimes that's the way you have to do it. You can't get the big blasts and the extra base hits all the time.
Yeah, and that's obviously when you run into a pitcher of that caliber, she's a really strong pitcher, and once again we hit the ball hard. They made some plays, but when we needed to, we were able to get to execute that way.
You mentioned it. I was going to bring it up, but since you already did, Madison pitched another solid game. Talk specifics about what you liked about her performance in the championship game.
She's just a competitor. I mean, the kid wants to win. She'll do whatever it takes to win. Even when she's struggling in a different aspect of the game, she just gives you 100%, and that's all we ask of her or anyone else on the team. But when she's on the mound, we know that as long as we come out and play a good defense behind her, she's going to give everything she's got, and we know that we can compete with anyone.
You got a lot of good performances
Now,
from your younger players as well, especially towards the bottom of the order.
Yeah, we did. That it's funny how the year goes. I mean, we've won ball games, with the upper half, middle, bottom, and we're still waiting to get that one big solid performance up and down the lineup. But yeah, in that game we had some timely hitting from several girls that I'll call them at the bottom of the lineup, but they've had some games where at any given day that lineup could change. It's just one of those things where how you write the names in there.
In your mind, how do you think the team has evolved from the start of the season till now?
Well, there's some younger kids that obviously, they're I want to say they're seasoned because they play so much softball, outside of the school. But I mean, it's a different level of softball. But I mean, I would say our chemistry is good. I mean, the girls seem to get along well. They're pulling for each other. They're cheering for each other, and that makes a big difference too, in the chemistry of the team. So it's all year. It's just one of them things. It's one of those years where I'm not disappointed. It's just, we lost those close games and, we just couldn't get a break or, couldn't get something to go our way.
Now, obviously, you like how your team is because you won a District 6 championship, but coach speak stuff. Do you really, really like where they're at right now? Do you think they're playing their best ball as you guys head up to Mount Aloysius on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think we are. I mean, like you said, the number of hits haven't maybe the total number of hits, but I think we have some, girls that are starting to see the ball. They're seeing the ball well. They're hitting it hard. So I think eventually, that's going to come. So I'm happy with that. Maddie's throwing strikes. She's hitting her spots. But yeah, I am. I'm happy where we're at. I think we're going in the right direction. We didn't peak. Some teams, when I say peak too early, I think we're right where we need to be.
Got anything, Kenny?
Oh yeah, you got a pretty familiar foe here in McDowell coming up. How much do you know about them, and especially with playing them in the past couple of years?
Well, I did go back and look at some of the past games on our scoring system, and obviously they have from last year. I think the pitcher was either a freshman or a sophomore, and she's a heck of a good pitcher. So we got to come ready to go. They got athletes. We're going to have to be prepared to go, and I'm confident in our team, but we got to be ready from the first pitch and play to the last out. But it's a top notch program, so we just have to be prepared to play.
Now, I know you met them last year. Well, you beat them now 2 years in a row, you told us. Obviously, they're familiar to you, but is there anything that from last year to this year, have you seen them? Have they changed anything that you know of?
I honestly, I haven't. The little bit that I've tried to find some tape and stuff, their pitcher's still there. Obviously, we talked about that. They have a good leadoff hitter that was there last year. She's a slapper, so you got to be prepared for that, and she's fast. So, little things like that, and I'm sure they got some new kids that we're not going to be familiar with, and we just have to be prepared to adjust and play the game.
Now, I know you were there. You've been this far before, 2 years in a row. Are you worried about any nerves that the kids might have, especially the newcomers?
Well, nerves are a good thing, but as long as you're able to control them, I mean, I don't. What do I say? I guess if you don't have a little bit of nerves, maybe I would be worried. But I mean, I think the nervousness, hopefully after the game, you get in there and you see a pitch or you get out in the field and do whatever your role is. I think that will be, I think that'll take care of itself, but hopefully not. But like I said, these girls play a ton of softball. So, I think most of them are used to something like this or have been in a familiar, this situation before.
What would you like to see them take in from the district game and bring that to this play-in game here? And what would you like to see them improve upon or leave behind some bad stuff from the state college game?
Well, I guess the improvement thing I would like, that's, that, like I said, we hit the ball hard. They made some plays. I'd like to improve on the number of hits that we're getting. And another thing, the mental side of it, like I said, when you lose, 4 or 5 games in a row by 1 run, I think maybe we started to question, can we win those games? And we finally got one. So hopefully that turns the page on that. And they believe that, whatever the score is, that, that we're, we can come out on the winning side of it.
Yeah, it seemed like your girls were very locked in, especially after the second run by State College, where you needed to shut them down and shut them down immediately. And I believe it was a strikeout by Wolfgang that ended the inning, putting the momentum back on your side.
Yeah, that was Maddie come up with a couple big strikeouts, and we had some good defensive plays. I can't remember. I know one in particular late in the game, we had sort of an errant throw down the first, and our right fielder Sophie McCurdy was there to back it up. But if she's not there, that ball's going to the corner, and that girl's probably going to go minimum of third base. So that's what we just tell these girls in practice. Those little things like that can make the difference in a game. But yeah, they do. They're playing with confidence, and we're happy to see that. And that's what it takes, that belief that, if I'm going to do it, just, I'm going to do it. So.
Any concerns about this game having right before Memorial Day holiday? Everybody's barbecuing and taking it easy and munching down on food, unless I'm the only one that does that.
Well, yeah, our game's actually right after the holiday, so it's one of those things where, how do you practice? You don't want to get out of your rhythm. You know what I mean? You don't want to change things too much. So we did practice today. We're going to give them, Saturday and Sunday off, and then have a practice Monday later in the day so they can enjoy their, family time, because that's important too. But there's always, I don't like to mess up schedules. You get into a routine, and I sort of like to stick with that.
Yeah, I can't blame you for that. Any concerns that they might be looking ahead? Or do you guys keep that pretty much in check with the girls?
I hope not. I mean, we tell them it's, from here on out, you can take the records. Doesn't matter what it was. We've made it. It's 1 game, 1 pitch, 1 inning. You don't think too far ahead, because if you are, you might not get there. So we seem pretty focused. There's a lot of leaders on this team that I think have stepped up and addressed, just normal things that come up through the course of the year or so, a season. So no, I hope not. I don't think that will be an issue.
What do you think about the facilities, the field at Mount Aloysius?
Well, we were at St. Francis, so that's all turf other than the pitcher's, circle. So now we're going to go back to playing on dirt and grass. So, I mean, it's a nice facility. It'll be, they keep maintaining it. It's well, groomed, but it's nice for the kids to go experience these different facilities, and some of them have never been on a field like that. So, but they're nice, and they're well run. So we're looking forward to it.
Now with the artificial
I
turf,
assume, unless I'm.
Oh,
go ahead, Kenny. Sorry.
Okay. With an artificial turf,
go ahead.
Field? With an artificial turf, is that a faster field? Is it harder to adjust to than, say, the regular
Yeah, I mean, what we did was we took our girls to Midwest and practiced on their turf before going up to St. Francis, and we worked a lot on angles and balls in the gaps. So that yeah, they're gonna skid and the ball's gonna bounce a little different. So there is definitely a change in that. And of course now we're going to go back to the grass and the dirt. But to me, changing from the turf does definitely change the game more.
What do you think are some of the keys to that game with McDowell to win?
Well, obviously, any game starts with pitching and defense, and then but not far behind it. We gotta hit the ball, and we got to score runs. But pitching, defense, and then the critical point that made a difference in the state college game was doing those little things right that can get you a run here or there or save a run. Backing up throws, getting bunts down, smart base running. So I mean, I hate to say be old and the cliche, but pitching defense, and it starts with that. But then we also got to score runs.
Um, how do you like the makeup of this team? Even in comparison to last year, are they relaxed? Do they have fun? Are they easy to coach? What are some of your observations on your team this year?
We have plenty of fun. That's not a problem on this team. I can tell you that. But they're a good group of kids. They're fun to be around. They pull for each other. They compete, which that's what you want. You don't want someone to be just think that they're don't have someone behind them pushing them to get better. So, but in saying that, it's competitive, but it's they're teammates. So it's been a joy to coach this team. It's like I said, we got a group of leaders that have really stepped up, and there's young kids that have really stepped up, got some timely hits, and made some defensive plays. And no, overall, it's been a good year. I've really enjoyed it.
Ken, you got anything?
Yeah. Do you think like having a couple of great seasons like you guys had over the last few years that brings the popularity to and it gets the younger kids more excited or excited about coming up through and having their time and following these guys?
I I sure hope so because I know we did one of the games we had a Friday night game. I believe it was against West Perry. We invited the little league girls of all different ages, and boy was that fun. I mean, there was probably I'm going to guess between 80 to 100 little leaguers out in that field with our team, and it was really neat to see. We lined them up and gave them a hot dog and a drink, and because that's the future, regardless of who's on the team, who's coaching the team, that's the future, and you want to try to build that that interest, and we hope that's what we're doing. We're hoping we're setting a good example for them, to want to do it.
Can you talk a little bit about your support? How have your fans been? You think you're going to get a good turnout up at Mount Aloysius?
Yeah, the fan support has been great. I mean, the parents to it was nice up at we got the late game with States, and we have a late game again here with Erie McDowell. So there's a lot of students that we saw out there, and it just makes a difference to the kids. I know that they hear the cheering and the whatever's going on, and not that they should want to play any better, but it does make a difference. And Mifflin County, normally in any sport, my experience has been they travel well. They bring a lot, and we hope that continues. With us. So
This year, um, even evaluated compared to last year, what do you think of the performance of your coaching staff and how they've handled the team this year? Except for Johnson, we know Craig is, nothing can be done
yeah,
about him.
yeah, we just sort of suffer through with him. I won't talk about him, but yeah, no, the coaching staff
Right.
has been. We we just you surround yourself with good people and let them do their thing. You trust them, and at the end of the day, everyone's pointing in the same direction. But we got Terry Henry and Matt Maxwell and Eric and Sheila Spake and Selena. I mean, we have a ton of coaches, and that's good because you can get some more individualized work and little maybe specialized coaching that maybe if you only had a coach or two that you wouldn't get. But the coaching staff has been great. Hannah, Bob. I mean, everyone has a little specialty that we let them deal with it, and rather it be pitching or hitting or defense, base running. And I can't say enough about the coaches, the athletic department, the Tish and Mr. Lepley. That it's been an enjoyable year.
Awesome. Now that you've won your second district in a row, and you have a chance to get past McDowell again, are you going to ask for more money?
No, no, and this is our third in a row, and the first year I was there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, we didn't get the COVID year in, and then we had three. That was like trying to think, the Maddie Myers, Gianna Hopple, those girls. So no, but to answer your question, I don't think they're going to pay me any more money. I don't think I better even ask for that. So
I just wondered, if you were going to be one of those, I need more.
No, I enjoy the kids. I tell the kids that, I can't compete anymore. I'm too old, and this is my way to sort of stay involved, and it's an enjoyable time.
Well, me and Kenny wanted to be your lawyers and negotiate.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Kenny, I talk a lot, so I'm going to keep asking you. You have anything?
Oh, sure. I can always ask a question or two. Looking back to your rivalry with State College, it's a pretty friendly rivalry. Is that? And it seems like each year it gets more and more intense. You gotta, it's like you guys bring out the best in each other. Is that pretty close?
Yeah, I mean that program. Sean Hernkane, the coach over there. I've known him for many years. He's a great guy. Runs a really good team. He always has his team ready to go, and their players too. I mean, these girls play travel ball. Some of them are playing on the same team, so they're spending all summer together, playing on their travel ball team. So it is a rivalry, and it should be a rivalry. But at the end of the day, you sort of tip your hat to whoever wins, but it's always good to win that game and just have that, because that is our rival. But it is. It's a good, but I'm telling you, the records don't mean I tell the girls, doesn't matter what the records are. You throw them out. You throw them out the window. So.
Looking back on the season, was there like a lot of times there's a game or a play or something that a coach feels that set the tone for the season? Was there anyone like that for you where you said, okay, we're on our way?
Well, I wish I could say I could remember one particular thing. There's a couple games where I know we were down at Redland early in the year and we fell behind pretty big and were able to fight back and come out with a win. And I said, well, that shows, we got fight in us anyway. You know what I mean? Like we didn't fold. So that was probably one of the games, but overall, it's just like I said, we've been in, set aside maybe one game, we have been in every game, and the kids competed to the last out. And sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them, but what we ask for them is just to play to the last out, and they have. And unfortunately, we've had some that we didn't get, but they fought till the ends, and I'm proud of them for that.
Obvious question here, but how much does it help? Because McDowell doesn't get that. Not that I'm saying that they're playing cupcakes, but how much does it help that you guys get to play that rugged Mid-Penn Commonwealth schedule?
This time of year, it's great. Now, if you ask me that in the middle of the year when you're playing 4 games in a row because of the weather, I don't know if I'd get. But no, yeah, it's great. I mean, it prepares you, prepares your team to. It doesn't matter what game it is, you have to come out and be ready to go. There's no cupcakes. There's no, oh, we got this one in the bag. Because if you do that, someone's gonna, they're gonna take one from you. So, but yeah, it is very. I wouldn't change it. I'd stay right where we are because that prepares you and makes you a better team.
Looking back at your schedule, you have quite a few teams that are heading to the championship games, like Bellefonte. They won the District 6 title. You have Central Mountain, who's going to be who won it. Mount Union's always a tough team. Up and down your schedule, it just looks like you've had such a rough schedule team wise again, and still picked up wins in those games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say, you still got to win, but when you're playing, Central Mountain, Bold Eagle, Bellefonte, Mount Union, Williamsport, as your non-league games, and then your league games, you add in Cumberland Valley, Chambersburg, Central Dauphin. I mean, there is no breaks. So, but in saying that, that's what we want. We want to play the best, and and that's what makes us a better team.
And we should give that a plug. They will be playing Tuesday at Mount Aloysius at 5 p.m., correct, Craig?
Yes.
Against McDowell, playing game for states. We want everybody to get up there if you can and cheer on the Huskies as they try to go 3 in a row, right, into the state playoffs.
Yep.
So I know you're not going to get into specifics. I don't want specifics. Just a general thing. How is the team's health heading into? Because you play a lot of games. They play a lot in this off season too. How is the health of your girls right now?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously we can't go into, but I think we're better now than we have been in several weeks. We got some people healthy that were bruises and sore this, sore that, but no, that shouldn't come into play. I think we're good to go.
Awesome for that. Yeah, I didn't want any details.
Right.
How important do you think it is against McDowell to get off to a quick start?
Well, I think that's key. I think if we can get out and get started and generate a run or two and get that momentum, I think that'll play a big part, and I hopefully build some confidence, and like you had said earlier, maybe address some of the jitters that some of those, the nerves that some of those kids have. So that if I could draw one up, that's definitely how I draw it up, is let's get out and get a little strong start with a couple runs and hopefully get that momentum flowing.
And you've preached it. Everybody that watches softball knows pitching is ultra important, and you touched on it briefly. So is defense. I've seen so many games, playoff games, and I know Kenny has too, and you have too, Craig, that were decided by an error. It's just somebody making a mistake out in the field. How do you feel your defense is playing right now?
We had a good game against State College. I mean, like I said, I think other than that, maybe one throwing miscue, which was we didn't go down as an error because our backup was there and allowed stopped that runner from moving up. So yeah, I like where we're at. I mean, obviously we tell them they're kids, you're going to make mistakes, but we got to minimize them and then be in position to help your teammate out with the backup or whatever that case might be. But I like where we're at right now.
Kenny?
I can't think of anything right now. um,
So how do you prepare? How do you prepare for Mount Aloysius? I mean, do you go up? Do you go up super early so you can get? Do you go up the day before? I don't know if you guys stay anywhere, or do you go the same day?
We'll go the same day. We've sort of kept the same schedule. We're going to keep the same schedule we did for St. Francis. We'll leave around noonish. We'll stop and grab a sandwich. I'm a believer in getting there and letting the kids sort of, I don't want to say horse around, but see the field, get the environment. And there'll be a game going on before too. So we get there and spend a little time just, hanging out, and then then they'll tell you what time we can start. But yeah, we'll go up that same day and stop, and then we'll also we'll stop on the way home too. So
Now I've asked you about the girls. Do you get nervous?
well, I mean, I would be lying if I said that, I don't know if it's nerves. I guess the unknown, you don't know who's going to show up, and you got to be ready to adjust to this. But I love it. I mean, that's why I do it. You like to be around the kids, and you like the competitiveness, and, to me it's fun. So.
And you already told me before that you don't get mad. See, that's why I could never be a coach. I would stink because I would be a Bobby Knight throwing chairs and stuff, throwing mitts and bats and all that stuff.
Well, I shouldn't say to get mad. I had a little issue with a call up at the state that I had to express not because I just wanted to protect my player, because if you don't, you got to set an example that you got your players back, and rather, hey, I umpired for 6 years baseball, so believe me, I've blown plenty of calls in my life. So, but I think there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, and I hopefully just made my point that I wanted the umpire to know that they missed it, and they make mistakes. But yeah, I'm not one to, when it's over, we move on. So.
Did you kick dirt on him?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't do that. Yeah.
I'm going back old school. Was that who did that? Was that Whitey Herzog or Billy Martin
Weaver. Earl Weaver?
Earl Weaver. Yeah.
That's right, Earl. Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, there's been a few bases
kicking dirt.
Thrown. Yeah, thrown the bases, pulled them out, throw them. So yeah.
There you go, the old dirt kicking. So you don't do that stuff. You're calm and collected inside. Yeah, I mean, outside, even if inside, you're going nuts.
Yeah, you got to remember it's high school sports. You're setting an example for the kids, and I mean, in saying that, you have to stick up for your kids, though. I mean, I'm not the guy that's just going to stand there and keep my mouth shut if something's so obvious. Because then I think you're not doing your team any justice. So, but I'm not going crazy either. So,
even if you don't know their names, I know you touched on this briefly too. Is there anybody on McDowell's team that you feel you've got to neutralize, that you've got to control to win the game?
Well, as far as their leadoff hitter, is a sort of a, what I want to say, she sets the table. She's fast, she gets on base, she steals. And then their pitcher, from what I have seen so far that I've been able to find, is a pretty good hitter. I think she bats 2 or 3. So the leadoff batter sets the table, and then they got their, obviously their 2-3 hitter there, but their pitcher is a really good softball player. I mean, we saw her last year. She threw an exceptional game. So we're gonna face a really good pitcher, and we're gonna have to see how we can adjust to in-game adjustments and all that. So.
Have you talked to because you never know who's going to be key to a game like this. Have you talked to your role players, your bench players about, hey, we may need you get ready, and how are they responding to their roles? Because you gotta, that I don't have to tell you as a coach, you gotta have your kids, set in their roles and be cool with it.
Yes, and that is going to be a very big part, and it's a very big part of through the year, but let alone here in the postseason. Rather it's a pinch runner, a pinch hitter, a defensive, substitution. You try to get matchups, but we tell the girls and be in the game, like be ready, be prepared. So when we call your number, that that you're prepared to go. But that I couldn't say any more better than what you did. Everyone, I need 1 through 16, 1 through 17 ready to go and accept, and be ready to roll.
And I didn't ask you this before. How was your team on the bases? Do you guys run well? You steal okay?
Yeah, that's one thing this year. I think actually we'd have a little better than last year's our speed. We have a couple girls that can fly. I mean, we get them on base. We're not afraid to take some chances and try to move up. But that is one of our. I think from last year's team, I think we have. We're a little quicker, a little. We run the bases a little better.
Nice. That's Kenny and I's strength, or speed.
Yeah, me too.
Only if there's a pizza in the distance.
Kenny and I can get from home plate to first in about 50 seconds.
Yeah, it's amazing what some of these kids can do. I mean, they scoot pretty quick. So,
we've talked about Madison quite a bit the times you've been on the show, but you need that good battery. The catcher, say her name again and what she's meant to the pitching staff, which is, who is your other pitchers besides Maddie?
Well, we have Erica Henry that has thrown, Fallon Reinard, and then Piper Spake has actually pitched a little bit up. We brought up from the JV, so she has a little bit of, we're obviously looking, get her some experience for, down the road. But the catcher, Lena Sharp, I mean, this kid, I can't say enough about her. She's tough kid, will do whatever you ask of her. She's sort of a coach's dream, as far as if you could get 10, 12, 13 kids like that, it'd be a really good team to be around.
So she handles the staff pretty good, obviously.
Yeah, she does. She does the little things, the framing the balls, the keeping the balls in the front. I mean, she gives you 110%. So honestly, I can't say enough about the kid.
Well, you experience it firsthand. There's a lot of major leaguers that say, and pundits that say the best coaches are catchers. Do you find that to be true in the years you've coached? Your best on the field coach is the catcher.
I 100% agree. I mean, that catcher sees it all. So I value in the past. I value her opinion right now. I mean, she sees it all. Not only that, but she sees the movement of the ball. Maybe the pitcher's getting a little tired, and they're not. I hate to say it, but they're for instance, Maddie Wolfgang. She's so competitive. She's not going to say, "Yeah, I'm tired. Take me out of the game." You know what I mean? That's not her. So I rely on that. I rely on that catcher.
Yeah.
To be, to be honest with me. So.
That's awesome. Kenny, you come up with anything you'd like to ask?
Yeah. Mentality wise, do you think that the kids follow like your lead? If you keep level, not get too high, not get too low, they follow that same mentality, kind of follow your lead when it comes to competing.
I mean, I hope that they understand that, like you said, you don't want to get too high. You're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think as things are either. So, you just try to stay even keel. There are times that, hey, we're come out a little sluggish, and maybe you got to light a fire a little bit, and rather it's Terry, Matt, or whoever's coaching. But I would like to think that they feed off of whatever our coaching staff or me, or we try to set that tone right away. So. I don't know. Did I lose you guys?
I think we might have lost Brian.
My phone just cut out there. I don't know if it was mine or yours.
Oh,
So,
oh, you're still coming in loud and clear.
okay.
You're like you said before. There he went. Your lineup up and down the lineup. Just talk a little bit about your cleanup hitter, Dakota Hirschberger. She had a lot of clutch hits for you this season as well.
Yeah, Dakota's been, she's a competitor. She's one of the most competitive kids I've ever been around. She works hard every day, not only with her offense, her defense, base running. She gives you 110%. And we start with, Riley Hine at the top of the lineup, and good kid, battles, really smart softball player, and then Erica Henry, and she's filled her role, many different roles, and up and down. Soph McCurdy's had some big hits. Alexa Bryan, I mean, literally, I could go up and down this lineup and think of different times different kids have come through, which is what you need. But yeah, she's been a big part of the this year and the past.
And how's the senior leadership been?
It's been good. I mean, and we tell the kids, we have some seniors that, maybe they're not in the starting lineup, but that doesn't mean you're not a leader. You know what I mean? You don't have to be in that starting lineup to set an example at practice and make kids work, and accountability for your teammates. So it's been really good. McKenna Yoder at third base, she's played a solid third base, had some big hits for us all year. She's just sort of stayed pretty steady throughout the year. We got Juliana Hartzler, Reagan Shafranich, Lorraine Miner, Morgan Divin. I mean, there's a couple kids there, maybe not necessarily get as much playing time, but boy, they just come to practice every day, give you 110%, and they make us better. It's been they're just great kids.
Looking from my point of view as a writer, the season has just seemed to just fly by. How about you with the season you've had so far? Has it flown by as well, or has it just gone at a normal pace?
No, it always flies. I mean, you start and it seems like it never starts. You're practicing, and you maybe because of the weather, you're not outside, you're in the gym. But boy, then when it starts, it just seems to fly. And this year was no different.
Just looking at the PIAA in the District 6, they seem to every year do a great job of with setting the different places, locations, and game setup. How does what's your feelings on how well they've done?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're never going to make everyone happy. They got to make decisions, and lots of times these decisions are made, years in advance. So, but no, I can't complain. I mean, to get to go play at St. Francis and Mount Aloysius and the different places that we've got to play for the kids and us, is to get to experience that. It's been great. I have no complaints about that. They do a good job.
And with the area you guys have played in, like Mount Aloysius and St. Francis, it's getting to be like a familiar trip for them. So, does that also kind of lean an advantage your way as you go into the game?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's part of the thing you hope, because, and that's one thing you do at the, you maybe bring up a couple younger kids that, they get to experience that for the future, so then they walk on that field or whatever field you're at for the first time. Oh, I've been here. Maybe they didn't play as much, but, they've walked on that field. They've seen the setting. And so, yeah, I think that's an important, and I think hopefully it does some good for us.
Brian's always talking about wrestling and how big it is around this area. But one of the things that people may overlook is the softball in this area is incredibly rich and vibrant. Just your thoughts on the talent that you've seen or have had on your team, and do you believe that this is a hotbed for softball as well?
Oh, this area is, ever since, I've been involved, it's been rich in tradition. And rather you head over to center, or, junior out of the way they're playing. And, Mifflin Junior. I mean, yeah, this area thrives in softball. They have good softball, and hopefully those good teams, those good rivalries, continue.
And Brian is still not back.
I wondered what I saw him. I couldn't pick him up anymore. So
Yeah, he's never been gone this long.
I must have scared him away. So.
Just your overlook of the season so far, and your evaluation on your team. I know it's you still got some more games to play, but just are they where you want them to be at this time of the year compared to where you thought at the beginning of the season? Are they at the same where you'd like them to be, or are they maybe a little bit further advanced than what you thought?
Yeah, well, I guess as a coach, you always want more. You always just say get better. Every day get better at every skill set that you're working on. I mean, I'm not content where we are. I'm not disappointed, but in saying that, you want more. As a coach, you always want more. As a player, you should want to get better. So, and fortunately, we get the opportunity to do that. So, hopefully, we can continue to improve in every aspect of the game, and but also have fun. I mean, it's high school softball. It's important. It should be important. But if you're not having fun at it, it's I quit. Sometimes I wonder if these kids have so much going on in their lives, and we need to make it fun. And I think we do that. The girls do that. So,
speaking of fun, how fun was it for that ride back to Mifflin County after that win against State College?
It was a good ride. It's always a better ride coming out with a W than obviously a loss. They had fun. It was loud. I'm getting old, so I guess that noise can get to me. But it was a fun ride. It was. It's nice to see kids, enjoy, have success, and not only win the softball game, but the little things that come along with it are just as important too. So.
Yeah, it seems like things are more complicated or more stressful today for the younger kids than it was when we were growing up. And to see them having fun must be a great feeling for you to see them letting off some steam and just being kids.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, they have so much going on in their lives that, and it's everyone. I'm not saying it's just here, but to have them come together, at softball practice, softball game, and work as a team to get better and just enjoy it and have some fun. That's very rewarding for me. Oftentimes you just hear the negative things, and to me, sometimes we don't put enough emphasis on the positive things. So
I'm back. Sorry, guys. Live internet. My internet just completely crashed, and I have no idea why.
Oh wow!
Had to go and reboot the modem.
Oh boy.
So I'm glad. What did I miss?
We won't say what we said about you. So.
It's all true. No, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm right. I'm listening to Craig talk, and the next thing I know, boom, I'm off. And then Craig, you keep your cool. I didn't. I was like it was going to help. I was yelling at my TV, my monitor. I mean,
yeah, I feel your pain.
Like the monitor has anything to do with it. So, any final thoughts on the game coming up? Your team, just anything that you would like to say to everybody listening here right now.
I mean, obviously, we would encourage everyone to try to come out and enjoy the game and support, the girls, and hopefully we'll, come out and put forth our best effort and come out on the winning side. But this year has been a good year to support the home games we've had a lot of people come to watch, and that means a lot to the girls, and they see that stuff. I mean, it does make them maybe push a little harder. But I would say that's the biggest thing. If you can come out and support them. It does mean a lot.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
We want to wish you the best of luck.
Yes,
Congratulations on another District 6 title. And once again, everybody, the game is Tuesday, 5 o'clock, Mifflin County against Erie McDowell for the play-in game for states. It'll be at Mount Aloysius College. And that's, if you don't know where it is, the land of the lost in Crescent.
Yeah.
Kenny, I assume you're covering it.
Yes, I will definitely be there.
See, which is why I'm so healthy. What I used to do when I'd go to Mount Aloysius is I'd leave early so I could stop at McDonald's there, right by the campus, and grab some grub.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah.
But hey, congratulations. We appreciate you taking a Friday night out to come on and talk to us, and good luck next Tuesday.
Yes,
Hey,
good
appreciate
luck.
it. Thanks for having me. Thanks for what you guys do, promoting all the sports in the area. So best of luck to everyone else too, still competing.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
You too.
Yep. See ya. That is Craig Weston, Mifflin County softball coach, and they will be taking on Erie McDowell, as we said, on Tuesday at 5 p.m. at Mount Aloysius College in Crescent.
Yes.
Go there if you can and support the team. Couple things from track before you do your shout outs, Mr. B, if you have any. Jaden King, heartbreaking, just missed a medal today in the first day of the state track and fields at Shippensburg. He finished 9th in the triple jump, which was a quarter of an inch away from 8th place. So game of inches, like they say, heartbreaker for Jaden King, but still had a great year. District 6 triple jump champion. Micah Simmons, unfortunately, in the 200 did not make it out of the preliminaries. And also we have Josiah Seckler, the defending state champion in the javelin, throws tomorrow. Other locally, East Juniata's Logan Strasser finished 2nd in the state in the 1600. Great job for him. He's coming off in the 1600 a District 4 championship, and he was also, people that go way back at the start of the 2020. 223 season, Logan was 3rd in the state in cross country. So he's having a great high school season here, his senior year. But also a little bit out of the area, but Cameron Pyle of Midwest has qualified for tomorrow's finals in the 100 and 300 hurdles. So she's guaranteed a medal.
Awesome.
And she's going in the 300 hurdles with the fastest time of the day. Now, I don't know. Somebody will have to help me that knows that stuff. Has Midwest ever won a state championship, an individual state championship in track? Because she has a chance to do it. So she'll be going tomorrow, and Strasser's running 2 more events. Seckler, I mentioned. Wyatt Straup of Juniata is running the 3200. So a full day of track, and the weather's supposed to be great at Seth Grove Stadium. And I know you've been there, Kenny. I've been there in days where it was pouring rain, or it was like 95 degrees and killing you. And this one is supposed to be sunny and in the 70s.
Oh, that's great. It seemed like every time I went, it was like 90 and like 100% humidity, where it just felt like you were walking through a wall of heat.
Yes, I won't lie. One year, I can't remember the year now, but I basically stayed in the tent for shade. It was so hot, and then I would go interview the kids after they were on the medal stand, because the medal stand's right by the media tent.
Thank goodness.
So I was a lazy bum that year. But so good for them. State track coming up. Also, you're probably going to mention the shout outs too. Liz Gazer, 17 strikeouts as they shut out Central 6-0. They are going to the District 6 finals for the first time ever. The Juniata Indians. Congratulations to Aaron Cressman's team. So a lot of stuff going on here before the spring comes to a close. And now, everybody waits for this, Kenny. We got to get your music.
We're going to walk the ducks or feed the ducks? I always get that messed up.
It's time to feed the ducks.
All right.
As soon as I click the right button. This is Kenny Varner and his shout-outs.
Okay.
Kenny, you got the best intro music in the business, man.
Oh, I know. I love it. Love the bass. Okay. I'll tell you what, the action has come fast and furious this past week. We got a lot of teams moving on. We have a couple that won district titles and a couple of rivals playing each other for a D6 title. So we'll start off with Bellefonte Baseball. They advanced and picked up the District 6 championship with a 9-1 win over Juniata. Congratulations to the Red Raiders. Juniata, the game wasn't quite as bad as the score indicates. It was pretty close until like the sixth inning. But anyway, congratulations on Juniata for a tough season too, and their rookie coach Ty Treaster finishes up his rookie campaign as dugout manager. And baseball, keeping up with the baseball, Bald Eagle, they advanced to the District 6 championship. They won, I believe, 3-0 yesterday over Forest Hills, I believe. So congratulations to the Bald Eagles. They will play again on Thursday, site and time to be announced at a later date. Now we'll get to softball. Penns Valley defeated Southern Huntington yesterday to advance to the District 6 AA championship, where they will take on familiar foe in Bald Eagle. Bald Eagle yesterday defeated Marion Center 4-0. Sierra Albright, shout out to her. She allowed 2 hits in the game and had 16 strikeouts. And the first 2 hits of the game for Marion Center came in the first 2 batters. So basically, she threw a no-hitter the rest of the way after the 2 hits early. So congratulations to Bald Eagle, and they are back where they were last year in the District 6 championship. We just talked about Liz Gazier. She is quickly approaching, if not passing. I lost track, the 800 strikeout plateau. She was just totally dominant yesterday against Central Martinsburg. I believe it was 6-0, and quite a win for the Indians, as they have, like I said in my article earlier, they have a date with destiny. And like when she talked to us earlier, they don't have a softball banner in the Juniata gym, and this could be their best chance to get it. So good luck to them as they play for the title against I don't know who it was. Gosh, I'm sorry. They the winner of the Phillipsburg Forest Hills contest. So good luck to Juniata. And that is a quick rundown of my shout outs.
That was the shout outs of Kenny Varner. See that bass, Kenny?
I love it.
Yeah, so we got a lot coming up. Tomorrow is day 2 of state track at Shippensburg. and we got softball playoffs all over and baseball dotting everywhere. So the spring sports high school still is not over, and we're glad for that. It gives us something to talk about. Next
Definitely.
week, I'm not. Next week we are back at our regular day, right, Kenny?
Oh,
Wednesday.
most definitely. Yes.
We are back Wednesday at 7:30, and we have 3 special guests,
hmm
and we will announce them soon. Just going to make sure they're definitely going to show up. You never know. So, but we have 3 special guests coming on. We will say they're Mifflin County high school students.
Mhm.
We can say that, right, Kenny?
Right. Oh, most definitely.
So it's going to be a fun show.
hmm
It's a theme next week.
That was a nice teaser that you had there.
Thank you. So, I asked you this off air. Are you scared about your Miami Heat? They're blowing it with
Oh,
Boston.
They are, but they have the next game at home, and they have a chance of putting it to bed. If they don't win tomorrow, then I look for Boston to finish it up and get rid of the 8th-seeded Miami Heat. As much as I hate the Celtics, it's been a good season for the Heat. So
I don't like the
8th seed.
Celtics either.
Nah, they're too arrogant.
I haven't liked them since the days of Havlicek and Cowens.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, you never know. They're going to meet the team I wrote about in my Sports Scribe website Thursday, the Denver Nuggets. Jokic is just an amazing, amazing player.
I got a chance to finally sit down and watch him. He's the real deal.
Yeah, and I know I'll probably, if there's 76ers fans listening, and there probably is, we're a Pennsylvania show, Central PA. Embiid getting MVP was ridiculous. They just didn't want to give it to Jokic 3 years in a row because Jokic is way, and I'm going to say that, way better than
Mhm.
Embiid. This
I
is the
agree.
best. This is the best passing big man. Now I'm old. This is the best passing big man I've seen since Bill Walton in his prime.
Mm.
Everybody talks about the scoring and rebounding, but dude, he's averaging 10 assists a game in the playoffs. You know?
Yep.
Everything goes through him. Everything.
Mhm. And Murray feeds off of what Jokic does.
Yeah, they all do.
Mhm.
They all do. Caldwell Pope, Gordon. But yeah, Murray and him are a good 1-2 punch. I think they're going to win it.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
And like I wrote in my column, I think it's good for the NBA having new blood in there.
Oh, definitely.
Instead of every year, it's like it's been Cavaliers, Warriors, Lakers, Celtics, Heat. It's
Mhm.
nice to see somebody new.
Right. Especially their first time ever.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And they've been around.
Mhm.
I mentioned the days of Dan Issel and Kiki Vandeweghe and Alex English. It's going way back. Fat Lever.
And even
Yes,
even with the later years here with Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah,
And
Carmelo.
Wasn't Allen Iverson also on the
Yeah,
Nuggets at one time?
Yeah, I think Allen played everywhere.
Yeah.
I think he played for all. Is there 30 teams now? I think he played for all 30.
Mhm.
Just a reminder, you can find Kenny at Hometown Sports Scene, hometownsportscene.com, plus get the magazine available all over Central PA at various locations. He also can be found at Central PA Sports, and there's the URL down below. Freelances a lot. Where else can you be found, Kenny?
I know where I can't be found most of the time is at my house.
There
But
you are.
actually, that's pretty much it. When I'm not covering for like Lockhaven Express or Lewistown Sentinel, I'm doing it for the magazine. So that's pretty much where I can be found. I'd also like to do a shameless plug, quick, if I could.
Yes, go ahead.
Uh,
Plug.
Currently, what I'm trying to do is, all you proud parents out there, I like to run a feature called Superstar Spotlight. If your child has done something in baseball, first home run or any home run, or they pitched a no hitter or did something to win a game, please contact us and with a picture of your athlete, so we can get it in the magazine and on the website. Love to do it
And they can just contact you
on any
the
of the Facebook pages
okay.
or the website. Yep.
Okay. Um, I can be found besides this press box and a little freelancing. I got a site that's pro and college stuff that I don't usually run, because it's not doesn't fit the local sports of the Sentinel or everywhere else. It's called the Sports Scribe. You can find it at sportscribe.substack.com. I do a column every Monday and every Thursday. This week, because of Memorial Day, my column will be on Tuesday and Thursday or Friday. So, but I do 2 columns a week, just whatever sports is hitting me. And as I said, this week, this past Thursday, I wrote Thursday. This past, yeah. I keep forgetting that it's Friday.
I know.
This past yesterday, I put a column up on the Denver Nuggets and how it's good that they are in the NBA Finals, and we'll see what goes with that. But check it out if you got the time to read it. And before we go, I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day.
Yes,
Enjoy yourself with your family, your picnics, your cookouts. But it's also for a reason. The Memorial Day is to remember our veterans who fought for us and this country that we know and love. Correct, Kenny?
Definitely. Yep. Hearts to all the people that fought for our country and didn't make it back. So this one's for you on Monday, guys, and we appreciate everything you've done for us.
Oh yeah, I wanted to do something. I forgot the segment. I wanted to, you do your shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
The country's getting people are like Einstein said. The only 2 things that are never ending are the universe and human stupidity. And I think the universe may end, but get it? Human stupidity won't. I'm going to start shouting out a stupid, ridiculous thing of the week. This weekend. No, it's not sports. This week, believe it or not, there is a church. But mind you, they call themselves a church that worships Beyonce.
Oh my.
I will let that sink in, people. They worship Beyonce. They pray to her and everything. That's all I'm going to say. Speaks for itself. God bless America that we have the freedom to be idiots. So, Kenny, would you go to a church and you worship Beyonce?
No thanks. I'll
Okay.
pass.
Right.
It sounds like a bad Family Guy sketch where they worship Fonzie in the
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, it does. But this is legit. They worship Beyonce. They have pictures of her. They have an altar that they kneel and pray to Beyonce. I didn't know she was a deity. I had no idea.
No.
I thought she was just a singer. No idea she was a deity. But there you go. Wow. The Church of Beyonce. That's my stupid. You know how Letterman did stupid pet tricks.
Uh huh.
I have to come up with a name for this, but it's the stupid thing of the week. So
There you go. There.
all
I
right.
like it.
Yes. And anywhere, are you off anywhere the weekend, or are you just going to enjoy the holiday?
I am going to soak in the week with my family. Just take it easy, chill out, go to a couple picnics during the weekend, eat some good food, and sleep like a baby. At least try to, anyway.
There you go. My only thing I'm doing is tomorrow I'm doing track for the Sentinel. But that's it then. Then Sunday and Monday is family picnics and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
All right, everybody, that's going to about wrap it up for this week. For Brian Carson, I did it again. For
Yep.
Kenny Varner, I think I'm Brian Carson. For Kenny Varner, I'm Brian Carson. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Take care.
Good night, everybody.